I will tell you the very specific benefit of watching live at 11 o'clock, Tuesdays, exclusively live on Q Sports Talk, is that you can get in the chat and ask questions. And I will relay them to Kyle, and he answers them. It's a magical thing. He does a great job fielding questions, crazy or not, here, there, and otherwise. We learned he likes pizza and wings earlier today. Yeah, Mario and Salvo's guys so far in the Qs. So, we've learned a lot of stuff from Kyle here over the last few weeks. Coming off the bye, we'll be having him here every Tuesday here for the next little bit. Always great to talk to Kyle then. Always great to talk to Kyle on this show as well, as we bring you now our weekly visit with one Kyle McCord, brought to you by our friends of Davidson Ford of Clay and Davidson Chevy of Rome. It is time for our weekly conversation with QB1 Kyle McCord, as always brought to you by our friends at Davidson Ford and Davidson Chevy. Welcoming Kyle back, and off the bye week, I guess we got to go back. We haven't talked to you, right, Kyle, since the Georgia Tech game. It was a fun football game to watch. Yep. How fun of a football game was that to play in?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Obviously, a lot of emotions before the game and during the game, but to beat a really quality opponent like that kind of came down to the end, which was on us, but to come out with a win, especially early on in the year, that was huge.
I'll give you three options here for the last 2 weeks. What have people asked you the most about? Your on camera after the first drive sideline, your run, or probably the pass that actually sealed the game to Arande. What's gotten brought up most to you?
Definitely number one. After the first drive, kind of getting caught on a hot cam, I guess. Yeah, but a lot of people have been asking me about that, and then I'd say followed by the run. And then last was probably the most important play of the game.
Yeah.
That people want to know about, the first down conversion to Arande.
Funny how nobody actually wants to know about the play that won the game. But
yeah, exactly.
I'd say the good news for you in the first one, there was no hot mic to go with it. It was just the video. So we're just lip reading. You could have been saying something different, I suppose.
I could have been saying, great job, offense. Let's get a stop on defense.
Yeah, you were just supporting everybody on the sideline.
Right.
Like to hit that emotion though, like it looks like you're playing free. It looks like you're letting it fly out there. How much do you feel that personally out there during the game?
That's exactly how I feel. I think you kind of nailed it on the head. Is when I go out there, obviously going to work my tail off during the week, watching film and studying the plays and just getting my mind ready to play. But then once I step on the field, just trusting my eyes and what I see and just reacting and just like you said, letting it rip and having fun. And I feel like that kind of goes back to what Coach Fran's been talking about, trying to bring the Little League version of myself out, and just feel like I've been, trying to do that and just have fun. Really, I think that's the biggest thing, is just have fun and, compete.
It looks like fun this year. Are you having fun?
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot. That was the worst part about the bye week is, watching other guys play, and, it's nice sitting on, the couch every now and then, watching football. But at the same time, like, I kind of wish that, we had a game to go out and, continue to do what we've been doing.
Yeah, it felt like, all right, we're just getting into a rhythm, right? Does it feel like you have to recapture that this week during practice, or did you feel like you were able to carry it through the bye week?
I feel like we definitely carried it through the bye week, especially because of how we practiced during the bye week. We had a few really tough competitive practices to where it was, good on good, ones on ones, just competing against each other, not trying to game plan anything necessarily, just continuing to, get those competitive juices flowing. And then this week, it almost felt like we had a game last week just because of how we practiced. Obviously, you're not as sore, from practice from a game. At least I'm not, because I don't get hit.
You got the right color jersey, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think just starting practice this week kind of picked up where we left off, which was exactly what we wanted to do.
All right, I do want to actually go back and ask you about the play that did basically seal up the game. So 3rd and 10, you're up by 17, now you're up by 3. Like there's a lot riding on this one play. What did you see? How much were you looking at Arande? What led to that play being successful?
Yeah, we kind of just called one of our base plays. Nothing too crazy, and then right when I got the call, knew what my read key was going to be, and Wasn't exactly sure what the defense they were going to be, what they were going to go to on 3rd and 10, but they ended up going to a man look. So I had 1-on-1 across the board, and kind of, like I've been saying, I trust OG to win in those situations, and that's exactly what he did. Got open, made a really good catch, and enough for a first down. The O-line did a really good job. Obviously, 3rd and 10 with the game on the line, obvious pass situation, so Georgia Tech could, kind of pin their ears back and anticipate pass and try to get to the quarterback. But the O-line held up and did a good job of letting me, step into the throw and, deliver a good ball to OG for big first.
Trevor Pena's having a great season. Gadsden's having a great season. LeQuint's had his moment so far. Mm-hmm. But, we know what the deal with Arande. How much do you focus on him on a play like that? Or is that just what the play dictated as it happened?
I think a little bit of both. I think you never want to get to the point where you're trying to force feed anybody the ball. But at the same time, if the opportunity presents itself and you kind of have an even look across the board, which is kind of how that last play shook out, you want to get the ball to your best players. And in a big situation like that, being able to have the opportunity to throw him the ball, that's one I'm going to take.
Yeah, and it worked out, and basically won the game. Next play's LeQuint up the sideline, and ball game over. I look at this, and we're always trying to decipher this offseason because Fram and Jeff and Nixon were not really giving away the ghost on what the offense was going to be. There was a lot of, you'll see when you see it. And I think we heard a lot of talk of physical. In my mind, I'm like, all right, we'll see a lot of LeQuint early, then Kyle will close it. It's kind of been the opposite, right? You're flinging it early, and LeQuint's been the closer. How comfortable does that role feel right now as the way things have developed?
I think the best thing about the offense is that we're not, just one-dimensional. Mm-hmm. I think we're able to do a lot of different things and get a lot of different guys involved. And so, like you said, I think that in the first 2 games, we've had success, especially early on, throwing the ball. And then LeQuint has kind of been able to, wheel us to victory, mm-hmm. I guess you could say, especially late in games, being able to run through arm tackles and, tired defenders. And then I think, it depends on how the flow of the game is, and who knows, we could come out and, they're playing, super soft and giving us a light box, and we can run the ball. And then, we run the ball, and then they come up, and then we'll be able to pass it. So it kind of is, whatever presents itself. I don't think, we go into a week necessarily thinking, okay, we're going to have to pass, and then run. Mm-hmm. But Coach Nixon's been doing a really good job of feeling it out and getting us in the right play call.
You as a quarterback, when your play caller, in this case, Coach mm-hmm. Nixon, is in a rhythm, right? Yeah. How much have you felt that, it's the tempo, the play's coming in? He's actually talking in your head, right? You can hear him. Mm-hmm. What lets you know that, all right, he's got it figured this game?
Really, once one play ends and I can already hear him in the headset mm-hmm. talking and getting into the next play call, that's the sign of a guy who's in rhythm, who knows what he wants to do. And so it's been great being able to get the play call in early. He can talk to me all the way down until 15 seconds left on the play clock. So having him get the play call in early maximizes the time that mm-hmm. he can be in the headset. So it's been great. Allows me to get set, and then you get up to the line and you still have time to look at the defense. And if you have motions and shifts and stuff like that, being able to get guys lined up. So he was in a really good rhythm. And I think that's a lot of, I think a lot of that goes to the preparation that he puts in throughout the week. He's extremely hardworking guy, truly like the first guy in, last guy out type of mentality with Coach Nixon.
It looks like, from you at the line and based on how plays are developing, that you have been very decisive in what you're doing. How much freedom are they giving you to, all right, take a look and know exactly what you need to do at that point, or if you need to make some kind of change?
Yeah, I think that's one of the benefits of having started a year and just being around, a lot of high-level football my entire college career is that, I think that they have a lot of trust in me. And so depending on the play, there's multiple options. If we call RPO a run pass option, there's, literally 3 options. Like I could hand the ball, I could throw it right, or I could throw it left. And so having the freedom to do that every play and being able to check the play at the line of scrimmage, stuff like that, and in pass plays, being able to kind of read it how I see it and giving me the freedom to go out and make the right decision. It's been a lot of fun, and I feel like that kind of just opens up the entire field to me, which is exactly what you want as a quarterback.
Kyle McCord with us, brought to you by our friends at Davison Ford of Clay and Davidson Chevy of Auburn. As we look at what's going on here this week, it is a Friday night. You didn't do that at Ohio State. There was not a lot of Friday night Big Ten going on in the past. We kind of generally have one of these a year. What are you expecting? And it's Friday night ESPN. You guys know that this is the game the rest of the college football world watches when they get ready for their weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun environment, I think. First night game for me in the Dome, and I think it's going to be a really cool environment. I think that it's kind of like high school Friday night lights, and should get a really good crowd. First time I think that we've played Stanford, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, definitely the first time that we've played them as conference opponents.
Yeah.
So it should be a really good environment. Hoping for a sellout. We were closer, I think, last week than before, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Lower deck is sold out right now from what we're hearing. There's still a few spots in the upper deck. Friday night, I can guarantee you this, Kyle. The student section will be properly, what's the word here, motivated for a Friday night 7:30 kick time in the Dome.
Yeah. No, I mean, they seem properly motivated for a 12 noon kick last week. They were pretty loud. So, yeah, I'm excited to see them amped up on Friday.
All right, Kyle. Good luck this week. We'll talk again next week, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.